Defend yourself against DDoS attacks by hiding your true IP address with ExpressVPN, and visit my custom link expressvpn.com/GhillieMaster in the description to find out how you can get an extra 3 months free. Hey everyone, and welcome to another GT Online in-depth guide here on the channel. Today we are going over the Itali GTO Stinger TT, another new Imani tech vehicle in the San Andreas Mercenaries DLC. And this car has some crazy good performance. And for the rest of this video, just for the record, I'm going to be referring to it as just the Stinger TT because I don't know why they threw on the Itali GTO when the Stinger TT is a fine name in my opinion. They named it 2 cars in 1, which I guess that's how good this car is, which you will come to see. Before I begin though, I do want to give a shout out to my friend Ender for helping me record and test for this video. So the Stinger TT will cost you $2.3 million at its base price, but then if you really want to fully upgrade and max this vehicle out and you're on the next gen versions of the game, that's going to be another $1.8-ish million for the HSW upgrade. And then after that, you have to take it to the agency for Imani tech upgrades and armor plating to equip. So all in all, you're looking at a car that's a little more expensive than the Buffalo EVX that I posted a couple days ago, around $4 million. Probably a little bit more than $4 million actually. And what do you get for this price? Well, you get a car that is armored, first of all, but it's not an electric vehicle, so it's not going to be as armored as some of those Imani tech cars. If you choose not to put armor plating on it, it will go down in 2 RPGs, 2 sticky bombs, 3 homing rockets, 2 railgun shots, or 3 explosive rounds. And with armor plating upgrades, that gets increased to 4 RPGs, 4 sticky bombs, 12 homing rockets, 9 railgun shots, or 10 explosive rounds. Which is still very good, all things considered, and you're essentially unkillable by homing missiles if you put a lock-on jammer on there with this. If you're driving the vehicle, no one is going to be able to hit you with 12 free homing missiles in a row. That's going to be quite rare. And I should also mention that the armor does get halved when no one is in the vehicle. It is still weak to the explosive cannons of the Laser and Hydra, but that's only if they can hit you while you drive, because with the nerf, that is much harder to do than before. It also does not have any bullet-resistant glass on it like some of the other Imani tech cars, mostly from the contract update, which does make it less useful for PvE content. But probably the biggest selling point of this vehicle is its performance. This car hauls. Think about how fast the acceleration of the Virtue is and how that pretty much gives it a win in 90% of the drag race tests at the airport. It completely destroys the Virtue. In order to get a better launch, you do want to not go full throttle right away from 0. If you do that, you're going to have a lot of wheel spin, which is going to kill your acceleration. If you just let on the gas a little bit and then slowly start to hold it down all the way, that's when you get the perfect launch. And when we do the extended test that favors top speed, when we turn right at the airport, it finishes like 5 seconds before the Virtue does. It is insane. And against an HSW supercar, the weaponized Ignis, it also blows that away in a drag test. And keep in mind, this is a sports car, not a supercar we're talking about, and it's that big of a speed difference, even across classes. And taking it up against the former fastest car, the Vigero ZX, in a very long straight to test the top speed, it beats it by a few seconds even. So, ladies and gentlemen, the Stinger TT is the new fastest land vehicle in the entire game. And it just so happens that it's also armored with Imani tech. Now, the one downside to this insane straight line performance, though, is its handling is rough. When you're going that fast, you really cannot turn the car like you want to. And it doesn't have anything to do with how fast you're going. The car just has a very noticeably different feel to it when you're handling it. Almost like an input delay to the steering. Or maybe a dead zone is the better way to describe it. You have to move the analog stick more for the vehicle to actually move. That's the best way I can explain it. So it does take some skill to get good at driving this vehicle. But even so, the fact that the fastest car in the whole game happens to be armored with Imani tech means you can drive this in free mode without any immediate fear of getting blown up, which is very welcoming. If you do want to use this car for the HSW time trials, you will have to take the proximity mines off, otherwise it'll say it's a weaponized vehicle and it cannot be used. Which for me, I don't really put the mines on to begin with anymore so that I can enter passive mode when I feel like it, and also for time trial usage. The price point for this car is quite similar to the Buffalo EVX that we just went over. They each cost a little over $2 million with 1.4 million HSW upgrades, but the Stinger is absolutely faster, and the Buffalo has better armor with it being electric. I think they're both worth buying, but if you only had money for one, you'd have to just decide if you want speed or more armor in your vehicle. You know, maybe you already have the Virtue as your dedicated electric armored Imani vehicle, so maybe you don't need the Buffalo EVX. But that is going to wrap up this in-depth guide for the new Stinger TT. If you enjoyed the video or found it helpful, feel free to leave a like as well as subscribe to my channel for more GTA Online content. Big thanks again to Ender for helping me record for this video, as well as to all my channel members for your support. If you'd like to become a member for some exclusive perks, you can either use the join button or the link that's down in the description. The next vehicle we will be going over is the Monstrosity, and specifically for the PvEers, you're going to want to tune into that video. And as always, thanks for watching, and have a great day.